An effective website will take care of all of the little details, including things like being able to share your pages on social media, on Slack, on any of these other places or platforms where you can have those embedded links that show a preview image, for example. After all, you don't want to be like this guy's website. Ugh, what is that? Ugh, scams. So if you are sharing a link on the internet, whether that's social media or even on some kind of publishing platform like I've got up right here, it's pulling in an image and even some information that I didn't put in. It just came from that link. It pulled in the brand name. It pulled in this favicon. It pulled in the description, the title, and that kind of a thing. So where does this come from? Well, most likely it is pulling information like this from meta tags that the developers have actually put on the page themselves. And this is yet another opportunity for you to show value, whether you are interested in marketing or just want to do a good job for your company. This is another opportunity to really shine and stand out because you can add in stuff that will help people understand the value of clicking on your link. If it looks kind of broken, I didn't do the best job with this article photo, for example, it doesn't give me anything if I were to see this out in the wild on social media. Something like this up here, maybe a little more enticing. Maybe it's something that catches my eye, then it intrigues me with this copy right here. I'm more likely to click on it. If you have smart marketers on your team, they will insist to have some kind of custom social media meta tags on the site. And if they're even smarter, they'll insist that they have custom made images, everything for each page, every possible page on the site. And that's actually a good thing. All right, so here's how we do it then. Grab this snippet from my Not Defined Tech gists on GitHub. I'll have links for all of these resources in the description, including one about how to refresh and use the debugger tools that are available for Facebook and Twitter. You can see I've got all of these tags right here, and all you have to do is copy all of this. We'll go over to our page, and I'm going to insert it beneath the actual description, which is for your basic SEO description. Hopefully you already have a title and description on all of your pages anyway. Now, you're probably not going to find a ton of evidence for this, but in my experience, Twitter pulls in its own information better when it is on top, and then none of the other problems are caused by having the OG stuff at the bottom. And now all we have to do is go in here and fill out the information. One thing to note is that there is this OG URL tag, and this is actually supposed to be just your home page. It's not for the page that you're actually working on. So if you're working on like some other about page or something that has extra stuff after the domain, you don't need to include that for this particular property. Of course, fill out your Twitter handle right here and down here. Now, if you do have templating abilities in whatever framework or site that you have, if you're able to create something that generates things dynamically, then this is a great snippet to put in for maybe your base HTML template that all of your templates pull from. And then you can also just have this title right here and right here for the Twitter and OG. And then also the descriptions could also be pulling from the exact same information or database field as your page title and your page description. That's one way to automate this, get this done even faster. And then of course, you'll want to add an image that's going to show up for this specific page. Now you can have a generic one that's maybe your brand logo out there that's in a nice form, right? Have your designers come up with something generic that can just be your brand as the default. And then if you are able to add on, if this page has its own specific custom image, then swap out this URL with that image URL. And last thing to note is with the width and height of the image, I have seen great success with this 1200 by 630 pixel height image. Definitely don't 2x it. Just do it exactly to 1200 by 630. This works across the vast majority of applications, whether that's social media or other embed places. That's a pretty standard size that works almost on all possible platforms. You are, of course, able to edit this as you need. So if you want to try something else, feel free. Just make sure you update this and match the sizes to what's actually in your image. This is an optimal way to get a little bit more juice out of your links, and you honestly never know what marketers will be posting these days, so make sure you put this on all possible public facing pages just to cover your bases and make sure that your site looks good no matter who is sharing it on what platform. If you want to dive deeper into some of the other amazing details that make your website really shine, go ahead and check out this one about WebP images and how to use them in your HTML.